And now a few items from our Freedom Files. Tonight we're learning of what the government calls a, quote, significant terrorist act tied to Iran. The government claims that an Iranian-American suspect approached a DEA agent posing as a member of the Zeta drug cartel in Mexico. The suspect allegedly claims ties to the Iranian government. The government says he offered the agent $1.5 million to assassinate the Saudi ambassador to the United States and bomb the Israeli embassy in Washington. He also allegedly said Iran could provide, quote, tons of opium for the Zeta drug cartel. The federal government claims they've had this suspect in custody for 2.5 weeks since September 29th. So why wait until now to make this case public? A reason that must be discussed is whether Attorney General Holder is doing this to distract attention from the Fast and Furious gun-running scandal. In fact, the Attorney General cut off the news conference today when he was asked about the congressional perjury investigation of him.
What I want the American people to understand is that in complying with those subpoenas and dealing with that inquiry, that will not detract us from the important business that we have here to do with the Justice Department, including matters like the one that we have announced today. Thank you.
Oh, but we have more questions for you, Mr. Attorney General. He didn't want to take them. America, here we go again. The FBI and other federal agents have created plots by finding naive malcontents and persuading them that through the use of violence they can change the world. Then they tape these guys plotting with FBI agents pretending to be bad guys. Then the Justice Department congratulates itself for having saved us. How long will we pay for a government that claims it keeps us safe from plots and conspiracies of its own making? And now in California, Democratic Governor Jerry Brown has struck down legislation requiring police to have a search warrant before they search a suspect's mobile phone. That means when California cops arrest someone, they can violate a person's Fourth Amendment rights by taking and fishing through the suspect's cell phone data. Governor Brown defended his veto by citing a California Supreme Court decision in favor of warrantless searches for those being arrested. But did he forget that California lawmakers enacted legislation that overrides that state Supreme Court decision? And did he forget that even in California, a federal law protecting privacy and the Constitution's Fourth Amendment still apply? Perhaps Governor Moonbeam, as he was once known, sided with the state Supreme Court's now invalidated decision as a way to woo California police unions. But pleasing voting blocs in this capacity in no way upholds people's rights to be protected by the Constitution. And it's a Freedom Watch follow-up. We brought you the story recently of United States District Court Judge William Martini, who ordered Newark lawyer Paul Berggren, a former assistant U.S. attorney, now himself on trial for conspiracy to commit murder, to wear an ankle bracelet in court, which would have allowed him to be tasered if his movements or words displeased U.S. Marshals in the same courtroom. That move would have severely violated Mr. Berggren's right to a fair trial. But now the good Judge Martini has changed his mind, and Mr. Berggren will not have to wear the device after all. Originally, Judge Martini ordered the ankle bracelet because he saw Mr. Berggren as a potential threat to the safety of the jurors and others in the courtroom. But in the 2 years Mr. Berggren has been in a pretrial lockup, he has not acted in a manner that proves he is a threat to anyone, which ultimately led to Judge Martini's change of heart. And Judge Martini wants to uphold the defendant's right to a fair trial, and now he has. He's the dark horse the mainstream media hates to cover, but Freedom Watch is giving this libertarian the platform other networks won't. Republican presidential candidate and former New Mexico Governor Gary Johnson is next, live from his New Hampshire bike tour, here on Freedom Watch.